What is up, Maniacs? Welcome back to Sound and Pound. It is Tuesday, August 6th, 2024. We are here, as always, your hosts, Drake Riggs and Alex B. Unit, here to bring you the latest and greatest in the world of mixed martial arts, the wacky and wild, you name it. We'll do our best to cover it as truthfully and honestly as we can, and that is not always a fun time, but it is a time. So here we are, fresh off of UFC Abu Dhabi, PFL Nashville, which I'm back from, and that was its own journey to get back here. And then coming up, we have UFC Vegas 95, I guess. It is also Invicta Fight Week. There are things that are happening, and I guess that's all we can say, Alex. But other than that, my man, how are you, brother?
Oh, dude, I'm good. I'm good for this fucking doozy of a fight week.
Love to hear it. We need that energy because we're going to get it out probably as fast as we possibly can this week. But of course, you guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing when we go live. Feel free to drop your comments and questions throughout the show. If they are unrelated to the topics we're talking about at the time, and we'll make sure we get them before the end. We will do our best, as we always do, after the Dralex Movie Club, which is also going to fucking suck this week. So, spoiler alert there. I was trying not to say fuck in the first 2 minutes, but here we are. So, all right.
Sometimes it's fucking warranted, you know?
It's just how it goes. Trying to keep our monetization not limited because that's what happens when we do that. So, Anakin, what's up? Good to see you, sir. All right, let's kick off with the maniacal moment of the week, Alex. Man, we said it last week, right? Going into UFC Abu Dhabi, if Umar Nurmagomedov went out and did the thing and pretty much just beating Corey Sandhagen in any possible way that wasn't like a robbery, I guess, we were going to be like, holy shit, all right, we were wrong. So we got to kind of eat our hats, so eat the crow a little bit, whatever you say. He went out there, didn't completely like dominate in the typical Nurmagomedov sense you would say from them, but he went out there, did the thing, clearly won, and proved that the biggest thing was him proving he can hang with, a top 3 guy. That jump was insane that he was making because he had fought no ranked guys before that, Alex. So it is insane. The Nurmagomedov clan, just everybody trained by Javier and Abdulmanap. It's time to officially, if you shouldn't have already before, which we probably should have done, stop doubting them because they're all just automatically going to be top 5 guys for the most part, minus some rare exceptions like, I don't know, Abubakar. Sorry, Abubakar. But there have been some very rare situations where those guys aren't insanely legit. Umar Nurmagomedov, he's the real deal and an absolute problem for either Merab or O'Malley. I guess just overall thoughts on that performance, man. It was impressive. It was impressive.
Yeah, I just didn't see it coming. And my biggest thing is I just want to know, like, what was Corey Sandhagen's game plan? You know, like I saw a lot of people kind of like just say he was worried too much about the takedown, which then like limited his. But like you got outstruck, like everybody's so high in Corey Sandhagen's striking, but he got outstruck by Umar Nurmagomedov, which is like what the fuck? Very strange. But yeah, no. We were wrong, and Umar's legit. He's the real deal. He's good. He's good, and it's like, you know, in hindsight, it's like how do we doubt if Khabib's in your corner, you're most likely going to win, right? Like he's just different. He's a very good coach, just like his dad was, just like Javier Mendez. It's like it just kind of trickled down, and he knows fighting and he knows what's up. But yeah, no, it's fantastic. I mean, we really haven't seen many people do that to Corey Sandhagen, you know, and other than, you know, Aljo went out there, choked him out in the first round. But other than that, like he's had really the 2 losses he had in the UFC, Dillashaw and Yan, were very close, like very, very competitive, right? So also, you know, there's also the kind of like thing about Corey is like he cannot win the big one, right? Like he can't win number 1 contender fights, and he can't win interim title fights. So it's like, it sucks, dude. Like maybe he's the Chad Mendez of the the like the new Chad Mendes, So
Yeah, no, totally agree. It's very interesting to assess because again, like I don't think Corey necessarily did bad. It was just maybe really a lot of overthinking or trying to. There's just so much you got to worry about with the guy like Umar, who all these guys, no matter what, have the great grappling in their back pocket, but the fact that he can strike pretty well as well, arguably one of the better strikers among those groups. Of course, everyone will say Usman's the best, which is probably fair to say. Islam's gotten pretty good. Habib was always very underrated, but in terms of like versatility in his arsenal, I suppose, he's right up there. So yeah, I don't know. It's tricky because this kind of feels like, yeah, a point where I don't know if I can trust or believe in Corey to be a champ anymore, just because of the fact that I don't know what he's got to do. We've seen enough examples, I think, of like these styles that have bested him, with Peter Yan or Umar now recently. So I don't know,
yeah,
man.
I mean that loss, obviously so he's number 2, so that loss is going to put him back, and he's going to have to rattle off 2-3 wins to even to get back. And I think what sucks out of the whole thing that sucks is we lost Sean O'Malley versus Corey Sandhagen. Like that was
Yeah.
that's the most bummer thing, just because of the stylistic, matchups make fights, and that's just a fun. It's a very,
Unless
very fun
Barab
one.
completely dominates him, 50-40s him, then it's happening.
Ain't gonna happen because Rob's gonna get fucking slept in the first round.
Aside from that part.
But yeah, no. So all in all, man, fantastic win by Umar. Is he next? Like, did
He's
that?
got to be.
Yeah,
I
like did
think.
that performance get him a title shot?
So, I mean, this isn't in my maniacal moment or necessarily even underrated moment that we'll do after this, but like Davis and Figueiredo, obviously a fitting component for either of our segments here. I don't think he did quite enough as we were talking about last week. If he went out there and let's say starched Cheeto or completely dominated him, great performance. It was very good, very impressive. Like first guy to knock down Cheeto, which was hilarious when I was watching that one on my live stream for my personal channel. Like I was saying, I don't know if the power has quite translated for Figgy, and then he knocks him down like literally right as I was saying that. So he's showed that right in that moment, and then his grappling. He's mixing it together a whole lot more than he was at flyweight, which was already just a threat in general. So he's getting right up there. Obviously, Figueiredo is right in that mix, one fight away at best. But I don't think there's a good chance that he's going to leapfrog after that one. A less impressive overall in the grand scheme, everything considered for what Umar did. So. I think I wouldn't be surprised if we got Corey versus Figueiredo next. What do you think about that?
I think Figgy should fight Peter Yan. I think
That's
that's
great
like
too.
I think that's like the next number 1 contender fight. I think I think you do Corey Sandhagen versus Dominic Cruz. Like that's just
Finally get it out of the way.
like
Since we'll never get the Aldo fight, damn it.
yeah,
Or
it's just
Aldo versus Corey would be great too. Just scrap the Batista fight and make that, dude.
which makes no fucking sense
I hate it.
whatsoever.
I hate it.
Like
I mean, it'll be fun,
literally,
but I hate the logic that's
yeah,
not there.
yeah, it literally makes no sense. Especially like how high the UFC were on Jose Aldo for beating Jonathan Martinez, and then you give him another up and comer. So it's like, obviously, with this, I don't know. I feel like maybe Jose Aldo said, "Yeah, I'm not going to resign for a long time, like a long term deal," and they're like, "All right,
Yeah.
cool. Well, you're fighting Mario Bautista on your way out. Good luck, sir."
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all. So we shall see. But all right, before we see some of the fan maniacal moment answers here, I gotta ask you, who do you think because I think this is actually it might be a little tougher of a question to answer than you would have thought like before this fight, but who does Umar have a better chance against between Merab and Sean?
Honestly, I think Marab.
Yeah, me too.
I think everyone, just see Sean O'Malley and he's like, oh, well, to beat him, you just have to take him down, take him down, hold him down. Well, no one's been able to really fucking do that, right?
Yeah.
So, so it's like, until we see someone do that, like, the dude, you have to get him to do it, and getting in that close to Sean O'Malley is gonna be dangerous, right? So,
yeah,
I mean, Umar is gonna be an awful matchup for both of them, for anybody, to be honest. Like he's kind of like the whole package in a sense. But I think it's just Marab, because I feel like the wrestling cancel out, and
exactly.
Umar's by far the better striker, right? So
right.
Yeah.
That's kind of my thought as well. So, all right, James coming in here says my maniacal moment is simple. We had a great fight between two 135ers. UFC has 120 bantamweights on the roster, but they headline fight nights with heavyweights and middleweights. We'll get to that. Yeah, but that was definitely great. What do we got here? Ghost chiming in says, I think the evaluation for Umar versus Corey is they are both very good. Umar exploited Corey's striking, and Corey looks sensational on the ground, but let's avoid the hyperbole. It's a great performance by Umar and a great showing by Corey. Yeah, like again, it was very, very high level stuff. Not like your typical fight of the year candidate, but in terms of what was on display, those guys showed a lot for sure.
It's also kind of like crazy looking at it. Like, I feel like me and you believe that the bantamweight division is just the most stacked division in the UFC. But you look at that, in the world, in the entire world. But you look at the top 15 right now, there's like no contenders for Sean O'Malley, because they've all beaten each other, right? And they've all really knocked each other off.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of weird how that happens sometimes, with these really stacked divisions and everything.
Like, it's literally insane. Like you look at it, it's like, oh, dude, they've all either lost to the top, top three guys.
Yeah, so Umar is actually very refreshing to have get in the mix here, but we will see how it continues to shake out for sure. Here's a good one from Jimmy, who says, can the Maniacal moment be the very not smart call out of Nick Diaz by shot a bullet, or what we call him on Protect Your Neck? Shitmadov. Well, that's not nice, but I still haven't.
Awful fucking call out, bro. Like, what?
It's. I was gonna say I get what he's doing, but even then, it's like, no, there's no good reason for that.
Yeah, if you're gonna call out Diaz, like one that like they call it Nate Diaz, bro. Like Nick Diaz ain't
both unrealistic, but
yeah, 1000%. There's no fucking way. Like it's just it's getting to Joaquin Buckley levels. Like, come on.
Yeah, no kidding. But since you mentioned Shara Bullet, did you have any other maniacal moments here, and what did you think of his victory? I haven't watched that fight yet. Have to catch up on it still, but people said it was fun.
Yeah, it was a fun fight. It wasn't fight of the night for whatever. I think others just UFC were just giving Shara Bullet money. He's beat up Olasechek, and I think, but the biggest thing is like, I'm like very strong on this. Anyone in the top 15 beats him 1000%. There's like, I don't think he beats anyone in the top 15 right now.
Yeah,
very, very, very confident. And the UFC should be very careful about what they do and just keep giving him like fun, dangerous matchups that he can win. Right? Like, I think he should probably fight like Roman Kovalov. Like that's a very good test. Like that's a very good, like, But I think Roman probably beats him because of his grappling.
So, do you think that when do you think they'll top 15 him then? When will they give him a shot? Next? Like, he just got co-main.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how high they like. I don't know. Like he's kind of popular with the fans, but like I don't know how really popular he is with the matchmakers, right? Like so also like he's not fighting in America, so he's only fighting overseas. So he has to fight on a Middle East card, or maybe like in Australia. Like I don't know. Like they're very picky on where he fights and then who's he gonna fight over in the Middle East, right? So it's a very, very weird situation.
Yeah, I know he's kind of in one of those strange boats, but staying active so far, and that's kind of all we can ask for. We will see. what happens next with Shara Bullet. But Synchro says, I was super excited for last week's Abu Dhabi card. Other than the main event, there were only 3 good fights. Were my expectations too high? Might have been. I mean, I enjoyed most of that main card. I still haven't got to the prelims yet either, but I know it was a decision fest, so it's they might have been Synchro. They might have been just at a glance.
Yeah. Bunch of decisions. Maybe it's not the 3 a.m. 3 a time.
Interesting how that works. Yeah. Fucking, what a stupid excuse that was, dude. Like you haven't done this before, Dana. Jesus Christ. It's crazy. Anakin says Cheeto will now fight up and comers. Won't be surprised if they give him Talbot, Martinez, or Montel. I don't think we're quite there yet, especially those names. Maybe a Jonathan Martinez out of that bunch, but I'd be stunned if Peyton Talbot jumped right to Cheeto. Are you kidding me? That seems a bit much.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, he's lost
Really?
3 or 4. He's lost 3 or 4, and there's a big argument he lost to Pedro Munoz. I thought he lost that fight too. So could have easily been 0-4, and his only title shot he got demolished. So
okay, essentially, I'll be surprised if he gets an unranked guy. That's pretty much my thing. I think back at the top 15, that's understandable, but
maybe. I mean, I see your line of thinking, but I don't know.
We'd have to look to make sense there. Yeah.
I just think, honestly, he said maybe he came back too soon, maybe, or maybe you need to get out of Southern California and go to another gym and fix something, because if you take a round off, right, you always take the first round off. You look good in the third round until you got dropped. There's something obviously wrong there. And in a very, very, if you're fighting a smart fighter, they're gonna win rounds 1 and round 2, and you're gonna be fucked every single time, right? So
yeah, for sure. Barton is here. We love Barton's back. Chris, he says, "Are the AKA Khabib conglomerate unstoppable?" I saw a graphic that said that the 3 best fighters are 64, 1-1. What type of fighter can beat them? Another fighter like them. One of them. That's really the best answer to that. Which they don't fight each other, of course, but. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I'm trying to think of
how you beat them is you knock them out. That's how you do it.
Yeah, which is not easy, because the fact that, well, 1, they're just durable as is, but 2, it's harder to hit them because of their styles. The combination of things is just a disaster. They're almost about as perfect as you can be. Khabib was literally perfect in his career. It's wild. Yeah, I think you got to fight fire with fire in those situations, and it just doesn't happen for obvious reasons. So. Right. But all right, to close up the maniacal moment of the week, Alex, I did want to give a shout out to a PFL thing because I was there for it. And honestly, Dakota Ditcheva putting away Jenna Bishop the way she did was pretty wild. And especially watching that fight in person and seeing her get through mild adversity, got taken down with a big takedown against Jenna Bishop there, and then worked her way back to the feet. And just, man, her clinch and her knees that she's displayed in her whole entire career, but whether it's to the body or to the head, they're nasty, man. And to see her drop Jenna with one of them, and then honestly probably should have been stopped right there, but the ref let her kind of get up and just fall down again. That was kind of not great, but she keeps on keeping on, man.
1000%. And then her post-fight interview, just add her to the list of cans. It's just it's so
she's owning it now. Yeah.
It's so good. And she opened as the favorite against Talia Santos, and
it's gonna be good.
That fight, I'm really looking forward to that fight, man. And I've talked to a lot of ATT fighters who've trained with her. And I really take their opinions very, I hadn't really, I hold them to high regard.
Right.
Whenever I go to Extreme Couture, whenever I go to wherever, and then I talk to the fighters who's really good in the gym. And a lot of the ATT guys say Dakota's the real fucking deal. And then I talked to the coaches, and Conan's really very high on her. She might just be the real deal. And if she goes out there and beats Talia Santos,
I mean, it's the perfect matchup to let us know.
Yeah, exactly. What's up? and it's a very, I mean, it's going to be very, very fun. I really can't wait for that fight. Finally, PFL is a very fun fight that
I know
we're
it
really
worked
looking
out for
forward
him.
to,
Something to
right?
look forward to.
Yeah.
To really get excited about. It's gonna be good. And I love that she is embracing kind of more of like it, just letting her annoyance out with things. That's pretty much what it is. So
I mean, if you got the entire MMA community talking shit about you, like there's no one
right,
there's been no one like really pro Dakota, and so it's like finally she gets to be like, fuck you, dude, like watch, just keep watching me do what I do, and
yeah.
if she goes out there and beats Talia, like I just hope she really unloads.
Yes, for sure. So let's see. Hype is here. What is up, Hype? Going back to Anakin real quick, or wait, no, was it Jin asked, do you think Jacob Malkoon could give Shara problems?
Yes,
Like you
yes,
talked about sports washing in 185, so this is great.
yes, yes,
So
1000%,
that would
yes.
be a tough one. Let's see. Bart says if the Dagestanis are unstoppable, why are fighters even signing to fight them if they know they will be beaten? Well, I don't think it's like that necessarily. People, they want to
Well,
try and they believe in themselves.
I mean, it's look at who's fought Umar, right? And there's a reason everyone says that no one wants to fight him. They are not fine. They're not signing to fight him. Like
Yeah, indeed. And the Synchro says PFL has mishandled Linton Vassell. There's the Linton shout out. But what is he even fighting for here? Well, he was back in the tournament, Synchro. You must have missed that part, but he was not supposed to be in this fight. And then what was it?
fighting.
Moldavsky?
He's fighting for a fucking seat on his couch. That's what he's fighting for, bro.
Yeah, right. But I don't know. I mean, mishandle, I suppose, but it's just the state of their heavyweight division at the same time.
Awful.
So yeah. Before we move on from the maniacal moment here, Alex, there's an obvious post-fight thing that we could do from the PFL, and maybe I'll let you chime in on that to get your thoughts because I was covering that over the week. But I wanted to give a shout out to Tony Ferguson's post-fight because the guy still holding on. He's gonna get better, he says. If he has to leave the UFC, he's not done. Oh man, it's never gonna end, right? It's never gonna end.
It's Jover, bro. It's Jover.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh
it's over,
man.
bro. I saw this is an original thought. I don't know if he beats anybody in the lightweight division.
I
And
mean,
that is tough to say, bro.
yeah, it's insane.
That is tough to fucking say, but like I don't know if I mean, hold on, let me just
Let me look at the roster. Let's go down the whole lineup.
yeah. I'm gonna bring this shit up, bro. Hold on, hold on.
And I mean, this would apply to welterweight too. So, like,
I mean, that's even worse because he's just gonna get taken down.
Exactly.
Let's see, lightweight, UFC lightweights, go all the way down. I'm using rankingmma.com. Let's see, all the way down. Okay, maybe he beats Muhammad Yahya.
Okay. There's one.
Maybe he beats Ashil Jubilee.
People, guys like that.
I mean, but maybe, right?
Maybe.
And it's the fact I'm saying maybe he beats Ashil
That's a problem.
Jubilee.
Yeah.
1000%. So it's like, it's just the whole Tony Ferguson. It's heartbreaking to see, right? Like 12-fight win streak. The fight he never got his fight against Khabib. He was one of the most exciting fighters the UFC's ever had, man. It's like he was just he's a vibe. He has an aura around him. Everyone if you don't like watching Tony Ferguson fight, I just don't like. We just can't fuck. I can't fuck with you, Like it just is what it is, Like who cares about his wonky personality, but like fight style, he's him. And then to see him just go down this he has the longest losing streak in UFC history. It's just like, dude, like this sport is so fucking brutal. It's so brutal. And I hope the UFC just doesn't give him any more fights. And he says he won't fight anywhere else, but I guarantee you, if the BKFC says, "Oh, you want $1 million to come fight blank, blank,
Right.
blank," I'm sure Mr. El Kuguli will do that. But I just hope the UFC says enough is enough, bro. Like, you know.
It's just crazy though, because I don't think that like anybody outside the UFC, because the UFC isn't even selling them anymore, right? They're just letting the fights happen. But like, if he was to go to BKFC, like you said, you can't sell that fight. No, there's no way to hype up a guy on 8 losses in a row. Like, it doesn't matter. You're not going to fool anybody, no matter what old highlights you show or what way you try to spin it. There's no way to avoid knowing about that long of a losing streak, because it's been going on for 5 years and not been good, So I don't know. I really don't think he's in luck for that kind of thing, at least in a big spot, right? If he does, he's not going to be the main event, I don't think. Like, it's going to be a fight that happens or a thing that happens, and that's just kind of all you could hope for. But we hope that nothing happens. So
Yeah,
grappling would be fun. I think that's the best case. CJI, something crazy like that. That's the route for him.
Yeah. UFC in invitationals, like,
Yes.
that's, go do Eddie Bravo tournaments, like, do some grappling. Like, you've had enough damage. Thank God Michael Jessup didn't knock him the fuck out, but like, it's just, yeah, it's not fun to watch anymore. It's like really, it's honestly heartbreaking. It's we watched it with BJ Penn. I just can't. It's just, Tony, please, like, goddamn.
Yeah, I will say, thankfully, he did seem a little bit more accepting this time, at least in regards to leaving the UFC, which is a start. But that's
he did until he did a post fight interview, post fight press conference, and was like, "Yeah, I'm not going anywhere."
Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anakin says Mickey Gall probably defeats Tony at this point. Probably. If Tony wants to keep fighting, just give him Kevin Lee or Matthew Semmelsberger. Also probably beat him. I'd probably pick him. I mean, Kevin Lee was beating Tony until the 3rd round. Like, so, yeah. Rio says, could the worst welterweight beat Tony Ferguson? And I refer to Dennis Tullian. Straight up calling him out there. Possibly. It's the fact that we don't know is the problem. So yeah. All right, let's move on now. A good lengthy Maniacal moment, actually, but underrated moment of the week. Alex, who do you want to give some shine to?
I
got an easy one if you want me to go first.
You know what? I was really impressed with Mackenzie Dern, to be honest with you.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I thought technically she looked a lot sharper on the feet.
1000%, dude. Like, her hand, like, she
offensively anyway. Defense still some problems.
1000%. And offensive wrestling very bad, but she showed some improvement with her hands, and I was like, dude, holy shit! Like, she was landing these.
Don't get used to it, pal.
I mean,
next fight's gonna look totally different.
Like they were kind of weird combos, but and she hits hard, dude. Like, yeah. I mean, I just feel like she has the tools to be great. To be great. She has it, dude. She has the power. She hits hard for a strawweight, and she's dangerous on the ground. She has to but yeah. And I saw some people said that they thought it was a Robbie Loopy one.
I thought it was very close. I thought it was very close.
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't even think it was that close, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I think that's my. I was very stoked for Mackenzie. Also, I do want to mention Joel Alvarez. I wish I wish that dude would stay active, because he is.
God, that was an epic performance, man. He killed it out there. I mean, again, you want to talk about knees? The guy landed at least 20. That was in the last round. He fucked shit up.
Yeah, first guy to beat Ellis Brenner, who is tougher than he's just fucking tougher than a fucking old beat up tire. Like, this dude just can take a beating, and Joel Alvarez stops him. And I don't know why he isn't active. I don't know if it's visa issues, if it's it takes him a year to cut down to lightweight. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I really wish that dude would stay active because I think he'd be a perennial top 15 fighter.
I mean, he's got such a great build for it, and like the style, his jab was on point in that fight too. Just everything was that was a great performance, and yeah, definitely one of the highlights. A great way to kick off that main card too. So yes, had to shout him out. Good stuff from him. But all right, let's get on to this week, I guess. Is there anything to mainline this week? Well, I'll say for UFC Vegas 95, I mean, really, it's like only Carol Hossa and Pani Kianzad. That's just because like I like both of them, and the fight should be fine. I mean, Carol Hossa's, for Aldana fight was insane. That was madness. Pani needs to get back at the win column. There's something there. Bantamweight division trying to get interesting. There's things moving a little bit again. Other than that, yeah, not so much. Over in Invicta, though, there are some fun fights on that card. The main event in particular is what I'm looking forward to with Jennifer Maia returning. I thought she was going to retire, but she's keeping on, taking on Mayra Cantuaria, if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, in the main event. So we'll see if we can have an emergence from her. But overall, there's not much this week. There's not much. So, Alex, is there anything that stands out for you?
Yeah. So this card is dog shit. It's very, very bad. I'm looking forward to my boy Danny Barlow, and I think Damon Jackson versus Chippy Mariscal can be fun. Other than that, yeah.
That's the best way to put it. It's a tough time.
Yeah.
It's a tough time out there. And I mean, this card is like small too, right? What it's been losing things or whatever. Anakin says so many falling out.
Yeah, it's 10 fights.
I mean, thankfully, I guess. Thankfully, it's shorter.
I mean,
Zalal versus Aaron's decent scrap, he says.
It could be 8 fights and be like a hour and a half or like a 3-hour card. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Right. But as for the main event, though, we have a rematch, Alex. Sergey Spivak.
I don't care. I don't care, bro. Who gives a fuck? I don't care. Don't care. First fight was.
I don't remember it at all.
It's probably good you don't remember it because it was fucking dog shit. Just like this fight's gonna be dog shit. Why are they? Like 2
more rounds of it.
God damn, bro. Why are they doing this?
This one's insane. This one really is insane.
Yeah, I literally don't give a fuck. So go ahead, break the fight down, bro.
I think I'll just predict that I think Tybura is going to win again. Pretty much. I think he's going to do what he does. Probably, I wouldn't be surprised if he got a finish this time, but probably not till around round 3-ish. Like he looked good and fine against Tai Tuivasa. I was there at that one. That was during your vacation time. He fights smart, when he like uses his brain and puts together a good game plan and strategically goes out there. He does what he needs to do and gets the job done more often than not. I don't know. I think he'll do it'll be the same thing probably. I don't remember how the first fight went, but I don't want to go back and find out. This is a main event.
I'm giving my fucking skip card. All right,
there it is.
I don't want to think about this card. I don't want to think about this fight until I'm sitting there.
Like until I have to.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's fine. That is just fine. So we'll move along, you guys. If you have questions about it, go ahead. But I've seen no mention of either of those guys.
Yeah. So sorry for our technical breakdown, bro.
Yeah.
Go watch Dan Tom for that, bro.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's not going to be excited or have much to say either. So Yeah, Anakin just wants 305. Dude, holy shit. I mean, let's talk about this real quick. 308 is looking tasty. I like that card a lot. We got that
Yes.
announcement. Woo-hoo.
Yes.
They did
Yes.
that one right.
Yeah, no. UFC 308 is fantastic. I mean, if you really think about it, man, Ilya Topuria versus Max Holloway, probably the biggest featherweight fight since what? Conor Aldo? Conor Aldo is that a
Biggest one?
Max versus Aldo?
Probably.
Like it is gonna be highly anticipated. Max is at argument he's the top 3 star right now, and Ilya is just this Spanish Georgian German killer that has all of the confidence in the world. I cannot wait for that fight. It's so interesting. Like, dude.
Yeah, that one's
And
so good.
I was surprised about booking Ankalaev versus Rakic.
I fucking hate that so much. So much. It's not even funny. Yeah, Anakin also surprised he's fighting Rakic for not for the title considered Rakic coming off last year. This is some of the stupidest fucking booking that we've had in a long time. Like, if Alex isn't gonna fight at heavyweight, what the fuck is he gonna do, man? This drives me insane. Give the guy his fucking title shot. It pisses me off. The fight with Blachowicz wasn't bad like Dana thinks it was. He should have won it, first of all, but like, holy shit, this whole saga drives me insane. like Ankalaev's not as boring as people make him out to be, and it happened off that narrative. And yes, he's probably going to beat him.
He's pretty boring. I mean,
not as boring as people make him out to be, like fucking Jacob Volkman or some shit. You want that throwback right there, but not even close, dude. He puts people away at least. Like, oh my God. I want to see the best fight the best. Is that too much to ask for? God damn it.
I mean, he's not fucking John Fitch, but he's pretty close, like yeah, I mean, better. I don't understand. I don't know what the plan is, because honestly, I think what it is, to be honest with you, I think they don't have a spot for Alex Pereira this year. Because if you look at what's happening,
everything lining up,
it's all very low. So
they need him on hold. He's going to become that guy.
Yeah, exactly, 1,000%. They're going to keep him there. Maybe they're open. Izzy goes out there, beats Dracus. They set that fight up for the final time.
Maybe not a Jamal rematch.
No, I mean, maybe they're clue around. I don't know. I think they're setting him up to fight January, February, March, one of those two, and they're just going to give him a break, which I mean, dude.
Honestly, yeah. Honestly,
I mean, he saved the UFC's ass this year. So it's just very, if you're going to do that, props for Ankalaev for saying, all right, I'll fight again, and fight. Rakic is good. He's good.
He looked amazing in the last fight. Yeah.
Yeah. So props. So I think if Magomedov goes out there, beats that, it's undeniable at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I love the matchup. I think it will be a fun fight, but I hate that it's happening right now, timing wise. That's my main thing.
Yeah. I think honestly, it's just how the rest of the year. If Conor doesn't fight in December, then
there's a chance there. Yeah.
There's a fight turns back around, but
I think that's a good likelihood of how it all played out.
Yeah.
Colostrum says Bruno Ferreira versus Abus was also added 308. Underrated banger. Yeah, should be interesting. Word is Krylov supposed to fight at 308 as well. Haven't seen him in a minute, have we?
No, I mean, he's just fights, then goes missing for a year and a half.
Comes back when he's ready.
So weird.
Oh man. Imagine if they do Jan versus Alex. Dude, that would be something. Don't need that one. Don't need that one either. Yeah, my goodness. So, all right, you guys, let's go on over to Spotlight real quick then. I mean, we're just going to highlight the same today. Alex doesn't have anything for us. It's one of those weeks. So we're going to give some love to the former Invicta Strawweight champ. Miss Tina Black. Valeska Machado is in action in the co-main event of Invicta this week, taking on a newcomer, Yulia Ostroverkova. I nailed that, man. I nailed that.
Fantastic.
But Valeska Machado, of course, as you are familiar with, one of the best Muay Thai fighters in the division, especially outside of the UFC, and is coming in off of one of the most violent knockouts of the year, putting away Taylor Malden in 49 seconds in February, if I believe it was, Alex, sometime a couple months ago. Nasty stuff. If you haven't seen that one, check it out. It is all over Twitter and probably somewhere on YouTube as well. But yeah, Valeska Machado is always very fun to watch, and when she works on her power or throws hands like she did in the last one, you get some good results. So she is always a good fun time. One of the most experienced fighters out there too, trying to get into the UFC. 13-4 record, but should have a good tough matchup on her hands in Yulia. But of course, a bigger moment for her to prove herself on this stage. So yeah, anything to add about Machado?
Yeah, I think there's a good chance if she goes out there wins, they might keep her for like a week 9, week 10 contender series fight. I mean,
Okay.
maybe if she goes out, there, does a good. They just sign her. I mean, they keep her for like a late replacement fight. Like she's close, obviously, and especially if she goes out there and has another nice, not to say viral knockout, but a nice knockout, then yeah, she should. She's very close. So
yeah, and Cornelius asking, is Machado related to Ian Gary's wife? No,
yeah, that's her. No, that's his ex.
Yeah, that's not even her actual name. So, I mean, I guess they could be related in that sense then, possibly, because he's Brazilian, wasn't he?
Yeah, right.
So you're saying there's a chance. But all right. We will leave Spotlightville, you guys, and the MMA behind for the moment for the next segment. So let's go on over to the Dralex movie club this week. Which, hold on, let me. I forgot again to pull up our background as I like to do.
Yeah. It's my bad.
Bad call. Alex had an off one, but hey, I mean, it doesn't count because this was a new movie. So we watched Trap, M. Night Shyamalan's latest feature film. You guys were supposed to watch.
Kind of a trap.
Trapped in the movie theater was how I felt watching it. Yeah. This one, you know what? I'll let you kind of rant away at first because I have a lot to say. This was just an incredibly annoying experience, movie experience. But what you think, my man?
I'll say this: my only 2 positives. Josh Hartnett, love him. He's fucking great. I love that he's back doing his thing. 2, first half of the movie was like watchable, but it had so many fucking plot holes that were ridiculous. Other than that, this was a dog shit movie. M. Night Shyamalan should be fucking ashamed. He sucks. He can't make good movies anymore. And he can't fucking write. He can't produce. His fucking daughter sucks. Like everything, dude. Or his other daughter who stars in the movie is the singer. Or she's good. Maybe she's the only good thing in that fucking family bloodline, dude. Like it sucks. He sucks. He's not good anymore. He's washed.
And he's an egomaniac who put himself in the movie as a good guy.
He's stuck in the early 2000s. Fucking movie watchers have outgrown him. He sucks. He just can't do it anymore. Like this fucking movie is like, you have to be fucking retarded to like this movie. 1000%. It's just like, I'm like baffled by people who say, "Oh yeah, it's a good movie, it's an enjoyable movie." There's nothing enjoyable about it. It's like it's so fucking stupid. The plot is stupid. It had a very the trailer sold it to be a fucking fantastic idea. And I fucking hate movie trailers for that because they did their job. They got me to spend money to watch this movie. And they fucking got me, bro. Like, so it's just like, yeah, it's just, I will
Officially
not.
over him.
Yeah, I'm done. I will not pay. I will not pay a fucking cent to watch anything he does, and I'm gonna wait until you or someone else watches whatever he does next and
It lets
says
you know.
it's it's kind of okay. Like I won't even watch something that has like a 50% on Rotten. I just can't do it, dude. Like he's burned me so many times. I was out when he did the fucking Last Airbender. I was out for fucking like 10 years. I came back for the fucking stupid Visitor movie. It was okay. I was all right. Maybe he's back. And then he did Old. I was like, yeah, I'm never watching a fucking thing he does again. This movie was fucking god awful. Do not watch this fucking movie. Man, M. Night Shyamalan fucking sucks, dude. Like, I can't believe he still has a place in Hollywood, bro. Like, dude, there's so many blacklisted fucking directors. He has to have some fucking child porn fucking on Hollywood, bro. Like, dude, how is he still making movies, dude? Like, he sucks. Get out of here, bro. All right, I'm done.
Oh, I love it, but I think I'm taking over to the dark side as well after this. Like, my goodness. Yeah, like just for me specifically, Alex, this movie was designed for me to fucking hate it because, as you know, I'm a massive concert guy. This is a thing I do every single month, at least once a month. It's my thing, right? So
Entrapment, brother.
yeah, this was one of the most annoying movies I've seen in a long time because of just how the lack of realism there was in a lot of things. So for me, like right away, early on, and this pissed me out every single time it would happen, but talking mid-show while songs are being played, you can't do that. They're like talking at a normal volume. In like you see, they're like, I think it was row 40 or whatever on the floor, which is still middle of the whole concert venue. You can't hear shit. You got to really be screaming in somebody's ear to talk to them. And they're like, there was the part where M. Night, this is like not a spoiler because it doesn't fucking matter, but he's like at the end of the row while they're still at their seats and he's talking to him from over there. I'm like, no, no, this fucking drives me crazy. That was really fucking annoying.
Yeah, wait, let me interrupt you one more time. Like it's a fucking movie. I'm willing to suspend disbelief to a little bit. A little. I'm willing to suspend disbelief because it's a fucking fictional movie. But this one was like, yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah. So, right. So, I mean, there were little things too, like throughout the whole beginning here, Josh Hartnett's character, Cooper, he's like looking around, being very observant, and notices all the cops in the arena, which fine, whatever. But there were moments where, again, while the show is happening, the spotlight is like on the cops at one point. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, okay, I see ya. Like, that's a small thing. That's a big nitpick, but I'm like, dude, like up at the top set floors and everything. I'm like, no, like following them specifically, just a little inconsistency. And I mean, the first half of the movie is pretty much just Josh Hartnett looks at cops. Like that's what the movie is. The center camera work that M. Night did on people was kind of annoying too. Just like from a snobby perspective, this was killing me. The floor thing, I won't say what it was, Alex. That was so stupid. That was incredibly stupid as well. And another thing was how this movie just so obviously tries to make you assume something as if it's gonna be something different, and then it's not. It's not like you take us on. It just didn't like that. And again, for the whole premise of this too, the whole idea of a concert being set up as a trap to catch a serial killer. You know how fucking quickly people would catch on to the place being shut down and you can't get out of it? Within like 5 minutes, man. That word is spreading. Everyone's going to start freaking out. Show's not just going to go on as per usual. That was stupid. Yeah, like you said, Josh Hartnett plays a good crazy. He's good at playing crazy and was a redeeming quality of the film. But even then, I thought kind of in the first half he was beginning. It wasn't until the end the ending was awful. The whole second half was awful, but him as an actor was a saving presence there. Score was overly dramatic. Score was definitely overly dramatic at scenes, and especially like going. I don't think it helps to go from watching Longlegs recently to this because it's like so trying to be similar in the worst way. And yeah, like you said, Seleka Shyamalan is awful. She is terrible. Not a good actress. I hate to say it, not really, but she was not good as Lady Raven.
Yeah, she sucks. The other daughter that directed sucks. He sucks. I don't know. I don't know if his wife sucks. Like, dude, it's just so family of just losers, bro. Like, fuck.
Oh man, it was yeah. This movie I will give a 4 out of 10, and the four specific is because I will say again, he's a pretty solid concept or idea creator, right? Like that's all he's got going for him. And the kind of I guess the main conflict of, let's just say, Cooper's character, right? The thing with him that wasn't explored nearly as much as it should have been for like how this all came to be and everything, but from the beginning and then to the very end, I get what they were doing with the symbolism and all that. I like the premise or the idea of that conflict, specifically that element, but it wasn't done good. That's the thing.
If the whole movie took place in this trap concert, all right, that's good. But I'm pretty sure he fucking wrote this movie and was like, "Oh shit, I can't do a whole movie like that. I guess I gotta take him out of the concert.
I gotta get out of there
and do a ridiculously cat and mouse thing that makes no fucking sense at all." Man. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, this is a 2 out of 10. The only thing I was good is Josh Hartnett. Other than that, I paid $5 to watch this movie. I want my $5
still
back,
mad.
Yeah, I want my $5 fucking that night.
Oh my god! If you guys, I want to recommend to you some good recent Josh Hartnett content. Go watch the latest season of Black Mirror, and what was it? I forget what episode it was called. Something Henry maybe, but the one with Aaron Paul. Have you seen that, Alex? Because that episode is oh my god.
Or go watch him in Oppenheimer. Go watch dude.
Anything else?
I'm just glad that he is back. He's doing a little Josh Hartnett Renaissance. How you say it? Josh Hartnessance. Hartnessance. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Right. I can't. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't know if it's like I'm trying to hold on to the Sixth Sense to fucking Glass. I'm like, I know M. Night has that in him still. One more.
Right. Yeah. No, because I was waiting. You're waiting with all of his movies. You're waiting for what's going to be the thing. Yeah. What's going to be a thing. And with this one, I was like really looking forward to that, or like hoping it was going to save things, but nope. Just and it was like really not even one. Like
No, I thought I thought it was going to be like the whole.
It wasn't much of a twist, really. Now that I think about it, no, there wasn't really one.
Not really at all, except for his like getaways or whatever. I thought he was going to do like the whole, like he wasn't really a serial killer and like.
Yeah, something crazy, something really bizarre, like the wife. That was something I was like, I think is this going to be just a random fucking thing?
Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm done. M. Night Shyamalan, goodbye, bro. You gave me 3 good movies.
Yep.
I'm fucking over it.
So
long, fuckhead.
Oh, that's a great quote right there, boys. But all right, but we can move along to hopefully greener pastures this week. Alex says it's just been a great summer though of new movies for the most part. I think at least ones to look in terms of excitement and to look forward to. So this week we have 2 actually that I'm interested in. I actually am looking forward to the Borderlands movie. I wasn't a huge fan of the game. I played the first one a little bit. I never beat it, but I love the concept.
I'm playing Borderlands 3 right now because it was a free game on PlayStation 5, so I'm playing it right now.
Hell yeah. No, I'm actually looking forward to that one. It's got a solid cast. And just I'm curious to see what they do with it. But it's also Cuckoo Week. So which one do you feel you're more interested in seeing this week? I don't want to do 2. That's a bit much, I think, for a new release, but unless you really want to.
No.
So I got to go back home this week too, so I probably can't do 2.
Yeah.
Cuckoo's probably it's a gamble, right? Like,
I think they're both a fucking gamble, to be honest with you. Like,
yeah.
I really want to like wait until I have some fucking something to go off of, right? Like I'm like this like Trap hurt me so bad that like I don't want to go watch a bad movie, or I might end it all, you know? Like I'm on the fucking edge, dude. Like we were doing so good, and then that movie just fucked me up. I mean, I was gonna throw this one out too.
Mm-hmm.
Alien Romulus is next week. Have you watched any of the Alien movies?
Yeah, I don't remember which one though. I think Alien versus Predator might be the only one I've seen.
Yeah, so you've watched none of them, basically.
Yeah, not real. Yeah.
All right, gotcha. Got it. Well, all right. Well, that would have been an easy fucking watch the first Alien.
Yeah. Not a Dan Stevens guy.
Eli Roth did do Borderlands. I love Eli Roth. I don't know. I don't know which one to pick.
I'm gonna say Cuckoo. Let's do it. Let's do it. I don't know. Recently, I've gotten hyped up on that from the trailers, and like every movie we've seen recently, it's like been playing in there. I'm like, all right, like that one in Heretic. I'm like, all right, I'm really hoping these are good.
I'll say this. I'm down for Cuckoo, but if in the next 5 days, if the reviews come out and say it's fucking horrible,
we're gonna switch.
Okay. I'm gonna flip. Yeah, I'm gonna flip.
All right, I like that. We got a little flexibility right there. All right, yeah. So that's what it'll be, you guys. Feel free to see either one and let us know which one we didn't watch.
Funny enough, so they weren't screening Trap for any of the critics, and they said because there was a huge twist. It's no, they fucking didn't show it because they know it was gonna get shit on and no one was gonna go watch it.
Yep.
Shame on you, fucking Hollywood PR.
yeah, no kidding.
Fuckheads.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was a tough one. But all right, you guys. Now let's get to your questions to wrap things up here. Go off on hopefully a positive note. Give us something good here.
Yeah.
But right at the beginning here, Rio asked, where am I and why am I in front of a brick wall? I got a green screen now, so that's what we got going on, and my new lighting setup and everything, which I got to tweak because I look a little bit angry Dana-ish here. Sinker says, did we already get this? Yeah, we did. Whoopsie, that should have been unstarred. Anakin says we lost the Allen versus Philo fight. Yeah. Sad face. Yeah, that stinks. Rain being funny with name combinations, Marab O'Malley or Aljo Malley. I think the first one might work a little better. Nurmagomedov O'Malley doesn't have a ring to it. Those are 2 last names, so yeah, it doesn't quite work. Hype says UFC really holding off this Kai versus Pantoja announcement. Releasing Mokaev works for this. Sure helps. Sure helps clear the way if there was any debate. But yeah, that was kind of what I was alluding to earlier. Alex, what did you think of the Ray Sefo response?
I mean, yeah. It's kind of, it's not a big secret anymore, you know? Like,
yeah. So what do you think's going to happen? Let's turn that into a prediction. Where do you think Mokaev's going to go? Because Ryzen also not interested. Apparently he's not interested in one from what I've heard, and he's already talked to him and said he's not going to go there. KSW, I think, would be a good fit for him just because of the European flair. Even though his style might not work for him, but
he's going to do one championship, ACA, or maybe Octagon or something like those. Those are the 3.
Yeah. Wild turn of events. Let's see here. Anakin says, I think Char has a chance versus Paulo. So you tweeted about that, didn't you? You suggested that one? Were you just feeling the waters out?
Yeah, kind of.
You
To
see
be
if
honest.
people liked it or not?
Yeah,
You
it was kind
baiting?
of like it was kind of a bait tweet just to see what's up, you know? Because
Yeah.
if you yeah, I mean the thing about Shotter too is like he doesn't have one punch knockout power, right? So like
Mhm.
he's not gonna go out there and start somebody. So that also goes against his chances.
Honestly, if they want to give him a top 15 guy right now, next, which one makes the most sense? I mean, there's probably better ones, but I think Paulo isn't a
See,
crazy choice
that was
because
that was the one like that's why I tweeted it out because I looked at the
yeah,
rankings. I was like the one that like he might have a chance to
yeah.
beat
And a
is
guy
that
who
because
hasn't beat someone on the roster and forever, right?
1000%. It's a sellable fight. They'll talk shit. Um, because I was like, Jack Hermanson, Jack beats him.
Yeah.
Kyle just got booked. I mean, you could do Marvin Vittori, but I think Marvin Vittori clearly beats him. Like,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, Gunther is here. Says I'm disappointed that the UFC doesn't care about the UK due to the start times. The upside is that I get to watch Abu Dhabi's card live. Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, bro.
It's a
They,
tough
they,
time.
they, they hate the UK, bro.
Clearly.
American, this bitch.
uh, Synchro says, "Why would you guys like to see Vassell versus Almeida?" Nope.
No,
Don't care.
I don't want to watch Lynn Vassell fight anymore, bro. I'm over it.
Yeah, I think the time might be about it for him. Cornelius says, thoughts on RDA versus Chandler. What like to make that fight? RDA just got booked, so I mean I don't care for that regardless. But yeah, nothing really to add to that one. Jersey says for underrated moment. So I missed this. Sorry, Jersey. Can Kiesa sub be part of it, or is it anytime Ferguson fighting just depressing and sad? Well, definitely the latter. But because of the status of Tony Ferguson, I don't even know if that really qualifies as a moment worth anything. Honestly, like Kiesa did what he should have done, right? Like that's it. It wasn't. I don't want to say it's not impressive, but it's the least amount of impressive as it could have been.
And it's like Chess is on his like last,
Right?
his last. Like it would have not been surprising if Chess was like, yeah, I'm done too. But like
Yeah.
to go out there and for him to go out there and beat Tony that easily, it's just like,
Yeah. Exactly. So James says, do you believe that the UFC could hold main events with bantamweights and lightweights and have bad cards under them and the product could be better? I think the product has gotten worse since 2016. So that's kind of a weird kind of concept card building, I think there, James, because
yeah, it's like if you have a good main event, the rest of the card sucks. The card still sucks.
yeah, it doesn't really change much there. And like the hardcores are always going to see that. Again, the thing with it's a pay-per-view thing mostly. We've seen historically that this is how it matters, but the main events all the casual viewer cares about. To sell well, that's the thing about Connor cards. Historically, those aren't good. They are not stacked ever, really. They have not been, and they do the most numbers because that's all people want to see, the main attraction here. With the fight nights, obviously, it's a lot different. They don't have to do that, so we get Marcin Tybura rematch in Spivak. So, yeah, in theory, like what you're talking about could be just fine for pay-per-views if they did that with the lightweight divisions or maybe the bantamweight division like O'Malley's fights, his title fights. But yeah, a shitty card is a shitty card. Not going to be saved by 2 fights. That's just mathematically incorrect. Let's see here. Bum bum. Gunther says, as someone from the UK who like Conor McGregor, should he just retire? I loved him in 2016, but he's clearly not invested in fighting anymore. Well, yeah, you're right about that. Should he just retire? Like, it's interesting with him, Alex, because even though he is 1,000,000% not invested in MMA or fighting the way that he once was, I still think there are fun fights to see him in. Like I've never been a big Conor fan. Yes, of course, his rise was objectively one of the more fun ones in MMA combat sports history overall. But with the right matchups, I like to see the guy, like if the Chandler fight happens, once that starts, I'm going to be all in on it, but it's like at that point, until we get there with him, I'm just kind of like don't really care. You know?
I think it's like objectively obviously MMA is bigger
Yeah.
and better when Connor's fighting, and I think that's maybe. I mean, that's honestly like that's one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to see him fight in the first place was to see does he still bring the numbers, the eyeballs,
Right.
like
The
we're
attention.
right, we write for a living, right? So
Yeah.
I wanted to see what he brings, right? Like that's. But objectively, the sport's always in a bigger, better place when Connor's fighting. So if he's still around, it'd be stupid for us not to want him fight.
Yeah, exactly. Ray Neal says, I had a brilliant idea. What if they used Contender Series as an elimination fight where they put a fighter whose contract is expiring
Tough.
against
The ultimate fighter. That's
yeah,
what they need to use Tough for.
Yeah, and I've seen somebody. This has been an idea that's been kicked around the past couple seasons, which is fun in theory, but is never ever going to happen on Contender Series. Yeah.
Or you bring people like that are just got cut or on the cusp of being cut, or fighters that are like trying to get back to UFC. That's what you use Tough for. Like that's just what they're doing at Tough is just doesn't work anymore. Hasn't worked for fucking 10 years.
It's a dead concept. And Ghost asking about Armin Saryukian's anti-bully video coming out. It's not soon since he's trash talking Chandler. I didn't see that, but yeah, I don't know when that's supposed to be released or the plan is there.
It's coming out.
Yeah,
he's filming it.
It would just be. Will it be himself putting it out, or the commission will put it out when they choose? Like, how do you know how that will work, or what you assume?
I don't know the specifics of it.
Yeah. I'd imagine it'd be fine if he just did it himself. I don't know why that'd be a problem, but Mateus is here, says, what is going on with the seemingly increasing amount of illegal fence holds? They aren't calling them, and I don't understand why the UFC still uses the fence. Well, the second part, that last part's never going away, but you're seeing more of them because the refs don't fucking do anything about it. That's why. So, they're not calling them. That's why you answered your own question there, Mateus.
Yeah, you could poke someone in the eye, you can kick them in the nuts, you can fucking pull their pants down, you could hold the fence, like do it. The refs aren't doing shit, bro. Oh, I'll give you a warning, bro.
Yeah,
oh, don't make me enforce the rules.
Legitimately.
I've warned you 5 times. Don't make it a 6.
Like, oh, I'm so scared.
Yeah. I've warned you 15 times, bro. Don't make it a 16th time.
Yeah, seriously. It is wild. But all right, on that note, we'll wrap it up, you guys. You love to hear it. But thank you so much for tuning in. You guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Some comments in the comment box. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram.
It's almost UFC 305 fight week.
Almost UFC 305. Look forward to that next week, baby. That'll be fun. I am actually excited for that one. But yes, you can follow us at DrakeRiggs _ at Alex B. Hunan. Subscribe to the MMA Mania daily newsletter, on the website, so you can keep up to date with all the articles and everything combat sports going on. Yeah, and as for shameless plugs, I got some stuff I'm working on, but I don't think ready to go out quite yet. Alex just dropped 2 interviews yesterday. Let's hear them. Let's hear about them, my friend.
I got some stuff coming out, man. The Contender Series kids coming. I got an interview with An Ho, one of the most exciting flyweights on the planet. He's fighting Lovin Kavanaugh to kick off the Contender Series, and then headlining next week's Contender Series is Mansour Abdul Malik. And when I tell you he's a freak athlete, he's coming, bro. So check those out. I also have a best fighter from every single Dana White's Contender Series season coming out. Don't know if it'll be this week or if it'll become Monday, but it's coming in this time frame.
Before the season starts.
Yeah, before the season starts. And I don't know if I'm doing tidbits this week because
what's there to tidbit?
Yeah, I will have to be fucking reaching, which I just don't feel like doing. So if it comes out Friday, it does. If not, I'll be back next week.
Yes, there you go. Get ready and hyped for UFC 305, you guys. But until then, we will see you next week, same time, same day, all that good stuff. Stay safe and stay sane, everybody. Enjoy your weekend somehow. We'll see you. Peace.